Hello folks, Pliskin here, and I'm back. Had to go to a event for my sister. She's still in high school. It was like a scholarship awards thing. So I went to that for her. And so now I'm back, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about my new DPMS Oracle. Let you all see it here. Of course, those of you who are used to them know what they look like. Okay, so early this morning, 9 o'clock this morning, we rode down. There's two gun stores in our town, one that's in town and one that's still in town but kind of out in the country. And the one that's in town has a Facebook. So we went to last night. The guy who owns it, he posted a picture saying that he had new AR-15s for $3.99. So we just was like, hey, we'll go check this out this morning. So this morning, rode down there, asked him what types they were. We knew that was DPMS. He brought this one out and let me look at it, and so I bought it. It did not come with iron sights, as you can see, as a Picatinny rail on the gas block, and it was a flat top. Also came with this 30 round PMag, which runs flawlessly, I might add. And other than that, everything else on the rifle's pretty stock. Just round hand guards, standard pistol grip, kind of DPMS-ish rifle stock. That's not like a traditional M4 stock. I don't really like this stock. So we went to shoot it and sighted in, but of course it doesn't have iron sights, so we put on this old Redfield tracker scope. I will take the caps off and let you guys see the name on the other side. Redfield tracker. It's a scope from like the 1970s, something like that, and we don't have any rings that are high enough, so we just had to go with this. With these rings here, they were just high enough to where it would get it to clear the hand guards, so you can see some light in there. Just high enough to clear the hand guards. So we figured we'd use that as sights, because if we hadn't, we'd have just been shooting at the piece of paper with no sights at all. Just nothing up here for reference, just aiming at the paper, hoping we'd hit it. The ammo we used, I will set that down. Get the ammo we used. We used Serbian PPU 223 full metal jacket boat tail 55 grain bullets. This stuff did real good. And the other two brands that we got were, or that I should say I've had, were Remington, or well, not Remington, American Eagle 223 55 grain full metal jacket. Both cases were same thing. And here is what it did. Alright, so see, that's what we were sighting it in with, and after we got it figured out with the old scope, I held here on this orange dot and at 50 yards, and my group hit here is 1.50 MOA. We have to bring the crosshairs back down because it was a 25 yard zero. Same thing with my dad on his side. He is aiming here and he hit up here. 5-shot group, same ammo, the Serbian stuff. and it was a 1.50 MOA group, 1.5 inch group. And then I decided to try some American Eagle, and that was the group there. We can tell because all these were here and these were new, and I haven't yet measured those, but they look pretty tight. So that was just at 50 yards and 25. It did really good, and I have a lot of hopes for this rifle. I really do. Same with the M14. What I plan to do is I plan to get it shooting as good as I can while it's stock, and then after I can see what it will do stock, I will start adding stuff to improve it. One of the things I will definitely need to do is raise the scope up, use get higher scope rings, and I am going to change the stock out on this model because even though it's adjustable, I don't like it. This stock is just uncomfortable to cheek, or to get a cheek weld on, like right here. That's uncomfortable. Even if this wasn't as low as it is, it still wouldn't be comfortable to me. It's just not comfortable. The barrel is a bull barrel. It's a heavy profile barrel, and it is a, let's see, let me get the print where you all can read it good. It is a, if you guys have owned these, you know what it is. It is a DPMS 5.56 NATO 1 9 twist. That is faster than 1 7 twist. I really wish it was a 1 7 twist, because from everything I read from AR aficionados, that 1 7 is the one to go with, and that 1 9 has trouble. From what I've read, that 1 9 twist rate has trouble stabilizing like standard ball 5.56 ammo, like M193 and M855, but that's from what I've read. I could be wrong. Although I got the rifle to find out for myself. It does, you know, one-handed, it does feel a little bit heavier than my M1A loaded when it was just bare stock, you know. Just by itself, no scope. This rifle does feel heavier than the M14 loaded, to me anyway. That may be because this has an aluminum receiver, and the M14 for the most part is just a synthetic stock. I do plan to paint it like the M1A, and I will be doing all sorts of other stuff to it as I see fit, things to improve it. I do plan to put my Simmons 3x10 scope on it as well later on, because the straight 4-power scope on here, this was just a throw on for today, and we'll have it on there until we get situated up at the new house. Because as you can see behind me here, the gun room is no longer functional. It's been pretty much basically moved out, with the exception of these tables here, that cabinet, and that table there, and this gun case here. So I'm not able to, you know, have access to cleaning materials for my rifles, and our capability to reload is on permanent hold until at least mid-June, perhaps even later, maybe early July. But so far, I have great expectations for this rifle. It is pretty neat. It works pretty good. From what I've seen, it's run 100%. Of course, I only have one magazine. I will be getting more of these. But it suffered no failures to feed or failures to extract or fire. It just ran today, and I'm happy with it for now. But as time goes on, we'll see we'll see if that continues. I have faith that it will. So, oh, before I forget, I do want to change out this trigger, because the trigger pull on this is, see, I'm pulling on it, click, pretty damn heavy. I think the M1A spoiled me on good triggers, so I will switch this trigger out at some point too. So that's been my, talking in detail about my new AR for the time being. As time goes on, I will be doing more ammo tests for it, like I have the M1A, and I will show every upgrade that I do to it, whether it be getting a new stock, trigger, paint job, flash suppressors and hiders, maybe an actual suppressor, the whole 9 yards. Same with the M1A and all the guns that will follow this one. So anyway, this has been Pliskin by 51mm. Stick around, things are going to get better. And I will see you guys all in the next video.